Breaking old patterns in your life isn't easy, but it's doable. And if you've been hanging out with me for a while, you know that there are two ways to do it. But even if you do break old patterns in your life, how do you get unstuck from the results of those patterns? The thing that patterns do is it keeps you in the same kind of loop. Just think about your life for a moment, just your day-to-day life that you're living right now. You usually have the same kind of circle that you drive in or travel in. You go to your office or you go to your child's school, same grocery store, same place of worship, and you travel in the same circle over and over and over and over again. Well, that's what those patterns have you doing. And if you have followed any of the instruction that you've gotten here and you've learned how to break those patterns, then that's fantastic. Congratulations. However, if you continue walking in those same paths, those patterns are going to come right back. So, in addition to knowing how to break them, are you ready to learn how to get unstuck from the circles that they have you walking in? If so, that's exactly what we're talking about today, so stick around.
Guild Coaching. More success, less stress.
You've heard the saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's actually not true. You can teach old dogs new tricks. They actually want to learn them, and so do we. We want to learn how to live better lives, happier lives, more successful lives. We want to make more money. We want to be happier. We want to have more things and experiences. But if we can't get out of the patterns that we're living in, then nothing's going to change. I'm sure that you've heard it said, if you want to experience something different, then you have to do something different. If you continue doing the same thing, you're going to end up with the same thing. Well, a couple of episodes ago, a couple of videos ago that we dropped right here on YouTube, I talked to you about the two ways that you can break patterns in your life. One is going out and seeking your next change and forcing the change yourself. And then the other one is sitting in the patterns where you are and allowing the universe to bring you whatever kinds of changes it thinks that you need to make. Personally, I like to seek out my own changes because that way I'm in control. But whichever one of those you choose, the one thing that you have to know in order for it to be successful, for you to break your patterns, is that if you continue living in the exact same environment where those patterns existed before, then you're going to fall right back into them. So there's several things that you have to do in the different areas of your life in order to help yourself not fall back into those patterns that you worked so hard to break. It makes sense, right? What we call this at Guild is a power reality conversion. What it does is it takes these situations in your life and it shifts them. So the things that you perceive as roadblocks are now things that will propel you forward. Instead of being things that rule over your life, they're things that fuel your energy in your life. So I want you to go down to the comments right now and type in power reality conversion, because that is what we're talking about today. I'm going to tell you the 3 parts of a power reality conversion that you need to master in order to keep your broken patterns broken and out of your life so that you can move forward successfully. Power reality conversion. Go ahead and write that down. Okay, number 1, you need to be informed and aware of the 9 distinct different areas of your life. You have 9 different environments in your life. A lot of people look at their lives and say, there's a personal me and then there's a professional me, or I have my friends over here and I have my family over here. But that's really wrong. That's one of the things that's keeping them in their patterns. There's one you. It's the same you no matter where you go, whether you go to your office or out to drink with your friends, or whether you're putting your kids to bed at night. There's one you. There's 9 different environments that exist in the universe of you. If you want to know what those 9 environments are, head down to the description of this video. I have linked to you a tool that is free. It is available for you on Guild's webpage, guildcoaching.com, but I've given you the link directly to request the download, and it will take you through the 9 distinct environments of your life so that you can be aware of those 9 environments. So that's the first step. You have to be aware of all the different areas of your life. And because you have to be aware of those, the reason that you have to be aware of those is because in each of those little areas, there are triggers for you. So think about a trigger like this. Let's say that you're trying to diet, but you love Oreo cookies, and your spouse continues to bring Oreo cookies into the house, and you continue to have a hard time losing weight because Oreos are your trigger. You just can't resist them. They're so great. You love to get the milk and dip them in and just eat them and eat them and eat them. Well, you're not going to lose weight if you continue eating that kind of food. And so that would be a trigger for you. That's a very simple example of what a trigger is. But there are triggers in every single one of your environments. And until you do a deep dive in those environments and learn what the environments are, then you can't do the number 2 thing, which is identify all of your triggers. I call them obstacles, I call them roadblocks, I call them tolerations. They're things that you're just tolerating in your life that are keeping you stuck in the patterns that aren't serving you. So number 1, you have to learn what all your environments are. I'm giving you a tool for you to do that. Number 2, you have to do a deep dive, and you have to know what all of those tolerations, what all of those triggers are. And then number 3, you have to do the power reality conversion process. And the third step in that process, after educating yourself about the environments, after figuring out where your triggers are, it's going in and doing reprogramming of your subconscious mind so that when that trigger occurs, when that trigger pops up in your life, instead of falling back into that old pattern, which is what you're going to do no matter how hard you've tried to break that pattern, but instead of falling back into that old behavioral template, what we will do with the power reality conversion is we'll go in and we'll reframe that trigger. So instead of being something that sets off that domino effect into the negative direction, the direction that you don't want to keep going, it will be a reminder. It will serve as fuel to you to propel you in the right direction. Those are the 3 steps of the power reality conversion. Those are the 3 keys to not only getting unstuck from patterns in your life, but staying unstuck from the results of the patterns in your life. Go ahead and type those 3 steps down into the comments so that you can remember them. Learn the 9 environments of your life, find the tolerations that exist there, and then produce your results with your power reality conversion, your subconscious reframing. If this has been any use to you, please give us a thumbs up on this video, and don't forget, subscribe to our channel and then hit that little bell. That'll let YouTube just send you some pop-ups only when you're on the channel. It'll say, hey, Guild has dropped another video that can help you live a happier life with more success and less stress. Until next time, I am Dr. Jane Mims with Guild Coaching, guildcoaching.com, and I will see you later.